tourism today is one of the most advanced and growing industries in the world. It is worth thousands of billions of dollars and accounts for more than 15% of global consumer spending. In terms of spending, it is second only to food. This prompted many countries to opt for tourism as a means of developing their economic resources. The countries of the Gulf Cooperation Council realized the importance of this industry and sought to expand it in the face of many obstacles, such as the lack of investments and infrastructures, along with other administrative and security obstacles. In recent years, the GCC countries gave priority to intra-Gulf tourism as a way of bringing their governments and peoples closer together and strengthening their economic, political, and social ties.
If we wish to build a real tourism industry with its infrastructure, we must focus on many essential aspects. The first concern for the tourist is how to get there. This calls for a national or joint carrier. You also need a local transport network. The other and more important point is comfort. The tourist needs hotels or apartments where he can feel comfortable and secure. It is also important to provide varied and modern facilities where the tourist can be entertained. There should be some distinctive aspects, such as historical or natural landmarks. So when a tourist visits them, he would go back to his country and be like an ambassador for us. We must focus on creating tourist awareness through the media, by highlighting the true picture of the country, whether through documentaries or the press, and by providing the historical profit of the country's tourist attractions. If we build an adequate infrastructure, we could ensure that locals enjoy these facilities as much as foreign tourists, who are our main target.
يعني نبذة تاريخية تعطي لهذا الموضوع، وأعتقد إذا أوجدنا هذه البنية التحتية بهذا الشكل المتكامل سوف نصل الحقيقة إلى إيجاد بنية صحيحة يتمتع فيها أبناء المنطقة قبل الآخرين اللي احنا يمكن ننشدهم كنوع من المقاصد أو الأفواج السياحية اللي نتمنى تكون في مناطقنا إن شاء الله.
The Kingdom of Bahrain made big strides in its efforts to lay the foundation for an organized and worthwhile tourism industry. The focus is on family tourism and designing entertainment programs for the young and offering adults sophisticated shopping facilities. Kingdom of Bahrain paid special attention to its heritage, becoming, in the process, a favorite destination for lovers of tradition and collection and handicrafts. Visitors to Bahrain can see how traditional handicrafts such as jewelry, pottery, and weaving are made. They can also visit historical sites, some of which are more than 5,000 years old. Bahrain offers great opportunity for enjoying water sports and spending relaxing times at its numerous beach resorts. Hotels and resorts have been provided with the best services to welcome families from the Gulf, making Bahrain another home for the citizens of GCC countries. In Saudi Arabia, the shift in travelers' preference towards Middle Eastern tourism contributes to the prominence of the kingdom as a favored destination for GCC citizens.
Tourism is one of the factors in promoting the future integration of the GCC countries. Saudi Arabia receives a large tourists from the GCC countries and vice versa. We could even say that tourism in many GCC countries depends to a large extent on Saudi visitors. Cultural and human exchanges between GCC countries are of the utmost importance, and tourism can only enhance them. Tourism will also support the economies of GCC countries. An organized tourism industry with special programs for various occasions would also benefit GCC tourism. The kingdom is a vast country with special appeal to tourists. All the GCC countries would gain from the integration of tourism products and the coordination of markets, activities, and occasions. We in the kingdom are aware that national tourism cannot develop in a void. Saudi Arabia is distinguished by its religious character, being home to the two holy mosques. It is already open to all Muslims, as well as to citizens of the GCC countries. Our strategy for the next 20 years will therefore focus on local and Gulf tourism in addition to Muslim tourism. We are not starting from a geographical or cultural void. The kingdom will cooperate with Arab Gulf and Islamic countries in developing integrated programs and opening cross-border markets that cover both geographical aspects along with various activities and festivities. The future of tourism lies in this integration and extending package tours across many countries. This integration would reflect the historical and the geographical unity of the region, with its rich diversity under the umbrella of one cultural heritage. GCC countries offer varied and complementary tourism products. This is a distinctive feature of tourism industry. We're looking forward to consolidating this integration in the future.
Kuwait was a pioneer in the GCC countries in realizing the importance of tourism as a means of diversifying its economic resources. Yet the opulence brought about by the sharp increase in the price of oil in the 1970s had a negative impact on the tourism industry. Kuwait was the last country in the Gulf to establish a tourism sector. This is not to say that Kuwait is lagging far behind in tourism. Indeed, it was the first country in the Gulf to foster tourism over a period of more than 30 years. It started with the late Saleh Shahab's idea of promoting the tourism sector, and with the creation of tourism sector at the Ministry of Information. That idea was not developed because the task was taken up by the Tourism Projects Company, which was mainly concerned with providing recreation and entertainment for local people. One of the basic aims of the company was promoting internal tourism, with little attention to tourism from abroad. This must change now, and we have to give Kuwait a presence on the tourism map. Establishing a tourism sector at the Ministry of Information is a first step. It reflects the slate's recognition of the sector as an additional source of income, supplementing the income from oil. It also creates job opportunities for Kuwaitis. Kuwaitis kept away from the sector because they didn't have confidence in it, and because the state didn't show enough interest in it. It is imperative to encourage private investment in the sector. The private sector can make a significant contribution to the economic development of the country. We should activate the role of the private sector. We must activate the private sector, because the next few years will witness an increase in the role of the private sector and a decline in that of the state. There are many goals we should work towards achieving with other Gulf states. The experience of these Gulf states and success in tourism could give the motivation to follow in their steps. This should give us the chance and the motivation to reach what they have reached. And there should be cooperation and integration in the sector. The United Arab Emirates enjoys a prominent status on the world tourism map. The number of tourists shot up from 370,000 in 1983 to about 2 million last year. Dubai is a favorite tourist destination in the UAE, with revenues from tourism exceeding those from oil. This is due to the excellent services and facilities on offer, which form the basis for successful and economically rewarding tourism industry.
The United Arab Emirates, and Dubai in particular, has a large share of Gulf tourism. We are keen on providing the best comprehensive services, starting with our national carrier. Whether on the planes or at airports, terminals, and in particular Dubai Airport. The emphasis is on the visitor. In our department, we pay great attention to the infrastructure, such as hotels and apartments, in order to attract the quality tourists.
عديدة تلتزم بها كل هذه المنشآت الفندقية لتوفير أفضل خدمات. فبالتالي طبعا هذه البنى الأساسية ينتج عنها.
And thank God we achieved great success in this regard.
تجربتنا فادتنا كثير هذه البنى الأساسية في استقطاب أفضل.
We also provide quality training to personnel.
وكذلك من في الإطار اللي هو تقديم أفضل الخدمات، الكوادر البشرية لها أهمية كبيرة فيما يتعلق بصناعة السياحة في الدولة.
Such as hotel and tourist agencies staff and tourist guides. Recently, we carried out a comprehensive training program for hotel staff on all levels, from customer service to room service.
وخدمة الزبائن لخدمة الغرف وحتى في أصغر وأبسط الأمور لو هي.
And even at the most basic level, such as the customers, and offering them the best service, our aim is to provide the best services in the world.
Qatar occupies a distinctive geographical position, which remains largely unexploited. It has all the ingredients of a successful tourism industry, such as stability, extended beaches, and mild climate, along with Arab culture and traditions, comfort, low cost, and a variety of markets. In the year 2000, the Emir of the State of Qatar issued a decree establishing the Public Authority for Tourism. The authority began with setting tourism plans and regulations supervising facilities and creating opportunity of investment in tourism in cooperation with banks, private business, and investors, offering facilities to visitors, and finally, coordinating efforts with public and private agencies to establish Qatar on the tourism map. The ultimate goal is to make it, along with other GCC countries, a single tourist attraction. Qatar possesses many ingredients for a successful tourism industry. Being a peninsula means that most of its regions are close to the sea. It enjoys some of the most beautiful beaches in the region, along with economic capabilities that enable Qatar to establish an infrastructure of a sustainable tourism industry. Certainly, we have seen the emergence of a number of hotels providing comprehensive resort services such as swimming pools, parks, and beaches for all kinds of sporting activities. These hotels are superb architectural pieces with restaurants, cafes, and quiet surroundings. One of the main touristic landmarks in Qatar is Al Doha Golf Club, which was built on a desert land that was transformed into lush greens with 8 artificial lakes and over 32,000 trees, bushes, and shrubs, including cacti brought from Arizona in the USA. Al Doha Golf Club has become an important venue for both professionals and amateurs in the Gulf. Qatar has made serious steps towards facilitating the movement of tourists in and out of the country, and contributing to the promotion of tourism in the region as a whole. Between rugged mountains and the waters of the Arabian Gulf lies the Sultanate of Oman, a colorful oasis and a natural wonder. Here, valleys, mountains, lakes, oases, deserts, and beaches form the conditions for a very tourist experience, which is quite affordable for citizens of the GCC countries. These conditions provide a starting point for tourism authorities in Oman to attract investors, especially regional ones, and to put place programs to attract visitors to this hospitable country.
Oman is rich in all aspects, historical and cultural, of tourism. Citadels, forts and towers dot the landscape from the far north to the far south. There are the ruins of villages 3,000 years old. Also the ruins of an ancient harbor in Salalah in the south. The Sultanate's landscape with its valleys, mountains and hills is unique in the region. The rich diversity offers the visitors different aesthetic experiences as they move from one area to another. These are distinctive features of the Sultanate. Yet we have preserved our traditional way of life in spite of the profound developments of the Sultanate has undergone. This is reflected even in the traditional architecture, which reveals the true identity of our society.
ما زالت باقية وهي تشكل أيضا هوية هذا المجتمع حقيقة. نتحدث عن الصحراء.
There is also the desert and its Bedouin way of life, especially in the eastern parts.
في صحارينا في السلطنة بالتحديد في المنطقة الشرقية. الإمكانيات الغير محدودة في الواقع موجودة في سواحلنا حقيقة تمتد إلى 1000.
Our coast offers unlimited possibilities. It extends 1,700 kilometers from Masandam in the far north to Dhofar in the far south. The coast is characterized by its rich variety of natural features, with sandy beaches and mountains and picturesque bays featuring al-qaram trees. There are special inlets for this purpose. It is a unique natural environment. Many areas have been declared natural preserves for the protection of various species of birds and animals. An example of this are the Dimyat Islands of the northern coast, which have a collection of rare birds.
جزر ديمانيات أيضا جزر متناثرة في ساحل الشمالي للسلطنة وتتواجد فيها حقيقة مجموعة نادرة من الطيور وهناك أيضا محمية السلاحف في رأس.
There is also the turtle preserve in Ras Al Jinn on the eastern coast, where rare species of turtles nestle. Jaddat al-Harasis is an oryx preserve. There are many other preserves in the south, such as that of Jebel Samhan. The Sultanate has many features in common with other Gulf countries. That's why we talk of integration. What can be found in the Sultanate may not be found in other countries in the region and vice versa. Hence, our belief is that the region has all the conditions that encourage intra-tourism, whereby the foreign tourist can have a different experience in each country.
يستطيع أن يتنقل في نطاق المنطقة على اعتبار كل دولة أيضا في منطقة تمتاز أيضا بتجربة تختلف عن دولة أخرى.
The Arab Gulf countries possess all the conditions for attracting tourists because of the diversity in geography and climate. Investment in this industry is rewarding. It benefits the national economies, creates jobs, preserves Arab and Islamic values, and realizes aspirations of peoples with common roots and customs. More importantly, it acquaints the peoples of the Gulf with tourism sites in all GCC countries and consolidates brotherly ties among them.